that walks us into chapter 24, Invitation. Didn't Zelfrey say something about the whole not taking the Wendigo trinket off at all? Like for anything or any reason?
It doesn't seem like he'd want to lose the guild pendant either. Like, there's no way he should have let her take this.
Right. Like, of all things, like, Volke, these are the two things that you really can't replace. I imagine you could probably get another guild pendant. The guild's probably not going to be very happy about it, and they're probably going to make fun of you and make you work at it to get it back. But let's not let the singer/dancer Karna walk off with your trinket that keeps you from getting the plague.
the most dangerous thing out there right now.
So finally, Volke notices that she didn't have a arcanist mark on her forehead, and he basically is told, hey, come back to my room when the show's over, and I'll give you this stuff back. So he goes back into the room, because obviously he needs to get his trinket back, at the very least, the trinket. And he goes back there, he sees the guards, they see him, and they're like, oh, yep. Let him go. Like he's supposed to be back here. It's a very small room, quite cozy. She's talking to him about the tournament and how he must be competing because of being a nightmare. I'm not sure if she realized he was a nightmare yet, but she just sees him as an arcanist competing in the tournament. He's not from the area. And she talks about wanting to attend the gala. Volke, in his naivety of this kind of situation, was like, well, yeah, you'd be a really good songstress. I imagine the queen would have no problem listening to you sing.
And he says this, one, with the naivete of what the song and dance are for, and two, as if he's some skilled songstress evaluator. He doesn't hang out in bars. He doesn't go to taverns. He grew up on a small island. This might be like the second or third person he's ever heard do a performance.
What's the guy from American Idol? Simon Cowell. So she's talking to him, and she's like, I don't want to attend it as a worker. I want to attend it as a guest. Kind of been my dream. I just want to meet the queen, and that'd be so amazing. To add on top of it, she offers to meet all his expectations, if you know what she means. And this is where Volke's honor kind of comes back. He's naive as hell about this, but
he actually picked this one up.
Yeah, he's like actually disgusted with this, and he has very high morals. And good job, Gravekeeper William, for teaching him that. And Volke falls back on that a lot in this section, because he's constantly thinking, what would Gravekeeper William be doing? How would he react in this situation? He wouldn't force her to do anything to take her to this ball. It's not going to cost him anything. So Volke asks her if she wants to attend the gala with him, and there's going to be no strings attached.
And I was surprised she went along with this so excitedly. I mean, it's the best situation for her, but I feel like I would be at least a little suspicious of why does he not want any of his expectations met?
Well, she doesn't know him from anybody. She doesn't know other than the Frith Guild pendant, and we don't know if she knew who the Frith Guild is. I mean, shoot, the dude could be an ex-murderer at this point. Like,
that might be his expectation, is you in a coffin.
Exactly. Like, I don't give a crap. I don't need you alive. So in order to get her to kind of calm down and understand how serious he's being with this, that he wants her to attend with him, he gives her his guild pendant as proof of this. And it tells her where exactly the hotel is, and that he'll see her on the night of, so that way they can go to the gala together. On the plus side, at least Volke gets his trinket back. Okay? Of all the things, at least he gets his trinket back. Like,
the main important thing he needs.
Right. Like, I mean, you couldn't imagine Volke handing over his shadow sword or anything else above. I would hand a sword over before that trinket. Like,
probably. There's other ways to kill people. So.
Right.
He's got the shield.
You can make another sword.
The other thing that comes out at the end of this that just makes the whole situation so much better is Fain is actually following Volke throughout this whole thing. He stayed invisible, and he explains to Volke that he did this because he didn't want to hurt his chances with Karna. So Fain also has this whole situation to use as leverage down the road if he wants. He thinks it's hilarious. He doesn't understand it. He came from the lifestyle of a pirate, which is obviously would have gotten his expectations met, to say the least. So it's a very different lifestyle, and I think as he's trying to learn more about how to be a good person, this situation is a funny one for him to be in.
Fain's used take what you can get when you can get it. Volke's just like, nah, I'm good, bro. At least Fain picked Volke. of all people to shadow. If he would have picked Hexa, there's no way in hell she would she would be displaying a very good person.
No, there's a lot of subject twos with I think the rest of the guild.
Oh, absolutely. So you know what? It's probably a really good thing he did pick Volk in this. The other part is, wait, I would be like, wait a minute. So you saw that whole thing? Like her leaning up on me and doing the whole, happy birthday, Mr. President.
Fain's over there in the corner. Someone likes to watch.
And we do thank you all for listening. Just want to remind everybody that we post our new episodes every Wednesday morning around 11 Eastern, 10 o'clock Central. And for those that are out in Pacific, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard. We're on all podcasting platforms. And if you haven't already switched over to YouTube Music, then you definitely need to get that done because Google Podcast is going to no longer be a thing. We are on YouTube as well for video, and we want to thank our editor Dan Mackison for including pictures and links to everything. If you do want to reach out to us on Gmail, we're at frithguildpod@gmail.com. We're on Facebook and other social medias at Frith Guild Podcast. Again, we want to thank the Frith Chronicles Wiki, as that is a great resource. And again, everything is linked down below for the podcast and in YouTube. And I want to remind everybody that we don't have a solid date quite yet for the Urban Fantasy, the time marked Warlock yet for Chamois Stovall. But again, once we get updates, we will certainly include that as well. Scott, was there anything else you'd like to add tonight?
No, I think that closes it.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time.